Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So this is going to be your mortgage rate update. Also, news outlets, Fox, CNBC Money, all of these people, they are trying to piggyback off of this bill that's trying to be passed that's called the Ill-Considered Journalism Bill. And this is part of, I guess, their quote-unquote national security bill, which it's not. But we're going to get into that and exactly how they already tried to do it in another country, how this is going to fail, and how this is not a good idea. It doesn't make any sense. But let's go ahead and get on with the mortgage rate update of 12/6/2022. 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.65%. 15-year fix will be sitting at 5.10%. 30-year high balance will be sitting at 5.65%. DSCR loan, which is a debt service covered ratio loan. This is a loan product to go ahead and take the total rental income coming in to offset the debt going out, which is your principal, interest, tax, insurance, and other running costs. That'll be sitting at 8.75. Bank statement loan will be sitting at 8.65. FHA 30-year will be sitting at 5.13%. 7/6 adjustable rate mortgage will be sitting at 6.07%. USDA 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.16%. VA 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.13%. And hard money fix and flip. You see a distressed property, you want to go ahead and fix it up. It's a good deal. You can make a little bit of money off of it. That is sitting at 9.85%. Those are usually short-term loans, things that you want to go ahead and get in, out, and then get into something that is fixed, or just dump it and get rid of it as quickly as you possibly can. But there's this legislation that's just trying to get passed. Now, in essence, what this means, okay, so all of these news outlets, okay, all these new outlets, they are trying to go against Google. They're trying to go against Facebook. They're trying to go against a bunch of these different social media platforms and social media outlets to say, listen, we want a bigger chunk of the ad revenue that is coming in because you guys are making the lion's share and we are not making any of them. So there's a big problem with that. Google is a big problem. Facebook, not so much a big problem. But when it comes to uploading stuff as a whole, just like me, nobody is asking you to push that upload button. Nobody is asking you. You realize that they have a platform where a bunch of people come onto, and then because they come onto it, then you are going to go ahead and capitalize on that to go ahead and put your own stuff in there. That's why you have CNBC that has a YouTube channel. Fox has a news channel. The President of the United States has a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. Not saying that I'm at the level that they're on. I'm just saying anybody. The greatest thing about YouTube is that everybody has an even playing field for the most part. Like, of course, I'm not going to be able to upload as much content, let's say, as Fox because they have a team of people going in. But you do, and you post it vigorously. Now, in Australia, they try to do something similar to this, which Facebook ended up, countering them, and they ended up winning. There's a 2-month float period on that, which if it doesn't actually work out, it's going to go into arbitration. But I don't see it working out. And the reason why I don't see it working out is one of the biggest things, okay? This Journalism Competition and Preservation Act of 2022, which is a complete joke. Now listen, now if you're gonna go ahead and make these tech companies give you the lion's share, what's to say that these are all hypothetical, okay? Now what's to say that these tech companies don't end up just say, you know what, forget you. I'm not going to use you. You can't upload on my website. You cannot upload on anything that I do. And I am going to go ahead and take all of the talent you have. I'm going to pay them more. Like, let's say, for instance, you have Tucker Carlson, or you have the Don Lemon, or you have any one of these big social media guys out there. You offer them more money to get off of that platform, segue them into what you want to, and you could just go ahead and monopolize the whole entire thing, because that, in essence, is what's going on now in the world of YouTube. Now, listen to this, okay? YouTube, just on YouTube, they upload every single minute of the day 500 hours of video are uploaded. This is out of 2020. I didn't find anything of 2022, but as of, this is still a crazy number. As of 2020, February 2022, 500 hours of media is uploaded every single minute of the hour of the day, 365 days a year. Now, the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act of 2022, this thing, they want to say, you know what, all the media outlets, they're allowed to go ahead and get an even share, lump sum, across the board. So that means that everybody's going to be getting paid exactly how much they all decide to. Well, you can't do that because they're just going to say no. Now, this happened with like let's say, for instance, these social media companies, they go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get Jon Stewart. I'm going to go ahead and get Joe Rogan. I'm going to go ahead and get Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. You know, these big time YouTube personalities. And then they're going to go ahead and make their own news channel. All it is a personality. That's all it is. And it happens. And you could make a new personality overnight. Now, let's say, God forbid, if any, this is just a hypothetical, okay? And I wish this, I do not wish this upon anybody, but so just for the sake of argument, if, for instance, let's say, Dom Lemon, he's a big YouTube, not a YouTube personality, but he's a big guy on I think it's one of these news networks, okay? But let's say, for instance, tomorrow he falls ill or he passes away or something happens to where he is not part of that news channel anymore. That's a big part of their audience that they lose. Now they're going to go ahead and have to replace it. In the same sense, the reason why I'm using this example is that you could go ahead and essentially replace any single person out there because they are only as good as you being alive, right? As long as you're alive, you're able to go to do that. And Don Lemon or Tucker Carlson, they have no loyalty to that news channel. Nobody does. Now, you, for instance, you could be sitting there and let's say you're working at a job wherever, right? Pick and choose your profession. If you are working for, let's say, $100,000 a year and then another person comes over and they say they're going to go ahead and give you $150,000, well, you're going to go ahead and jump ship and you're going to go ahead and go to the $150,000 range. Now, same thing with Tucker Carlson or any one of these. If you are getting paid, let's just say a round number of $1 million a year, right? And then Google comes over to you and says, you know what, Tucker Carlson, I'm going to go ahead and pay you $1.5 million. I want you to jump ship. We're going to go ahead and start our own news broadcast because YouTube can. They have plenty of money. All in essence it is some lighting, a camera, a studio, and then they have the algorithms. They have everything that they possibly need to go ahead and cripple all these news stations. So news outlets, are they really going to be able to go ahead and compete with these big tech companies? Now, Facebook is making a little bit of a ruckus with this. They're trying to backlash, but you want to know the one person who doesn't because they don't need to? And the most powerful person that nobody messes with when it comes to anything business related is Google. Google never has to say anything. They are, without a doubt, the most powerful company in the entire world as we sit right now. There is nobody stronger than Google. And if you are, go ahead and comment below and let me know because there's no such thing. They control more information than any other 2 or 3 platforms combined, the 2 biggest ones, than Google. Everybody, it's anonymous. Everybody knows. Whenever you have a question, you'd be like, you know what, go ahead and Google that. How many people do you know actually say that? They get so much money and so much revenue across the board when it comes to everything. It is insanely scary. Now they have YouTube and they have their Google search engine and then they have a bunch of other things like Google Docs and they have all these other platforms. They have their own phone services. If they wanted to, they could say, you know what, that's fine. We're not going to go ahead and use you guys. You guys could be about your merry way. Don't put anything on YouTube. Don't put anything on Facebook. Don't put anything on any social media platform. We will ban you completely. And then they're going to go ahead and start whatever it is that they want to go ahead and start. Now, I foresee in the next 5 to 10 years maybe that everything is going to be streamed purely based online. Nobody's going to be working with anything without it being online. And the biggest guys that are too big to go ahead and cripple, of course, the biggest one out of all of them is going to be Google. And then Facebook is teeter-tottering. There's always going to be a replacement for one of those. But as far as crippling one of them, Google will never, ever be the one to go ahead and cripple. This is going to be an uphill battle. Google's not going to pay you. They have, on essence, okay, so in Facebook, I already pointed out that they did this in Australia. So Google and YouTube videos, There are 2.5 billion users every single month on YouTube. That is more than Fox News. That is more than MSNBC. That is more than CNN, all combined. Even if you took all of those combined and took away 1.5 billion, there are still over 500 million subscribers, users every single month. Let that sink in. If you took a 1.5 billion people out, you're still 500 million people, users, over all of these stations combined. It's an uphill battle. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to be the total outcome? For up to 50% commission rebate, 0% listing on selling your current home or any of the mortgage products that I stated, link in the description below. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff. Till next video, guys, I really appreciate you watching. We're going to I'm gonna keep you guys up to date, see how this pans out, because I don't think this is going to go over well. Not only that, I think what's going to end up happening is that a lot of these news platforms might get restricted out, because they've done it before. It happened in Australia where they went ahead and restricted a bunch of these news outlets. They said you can't post it. The news outlets got scared because their ratings took a big nosedive. And then here we are once again. But let's see what happens. Until next video, guys, I really appreciate you watching.